right into the drafting phase here at Wildcard. And this is where it gets really scary, right? Let's see who's going to be on blue side, who is going to be on red side. This could predetermine a lot of things for these big personalities of a team. It looks like Umbrella Squad is going to be taking blue.
All right, that first pick going to be pretty valuable here, but LILGUN will have that counter play. We'll figure out whether that's going to benefit them right now, as the Baxia and Wanwan will be banned out by Umbrella Squad, and the Matilda is banned out by LILGUN.
Also, the Baxia is always banned away by the Umbrella Squad, so you have to wonder if they're just concerned about the rotations, right? If they want to play and split apart, make solo plays happen again and again in multiple areas of the map, these really high-speed movement heroes can really throw a wrench in that plan. So that might be the idea. So it's with the 1-1 as well. The outplay potential 1v1 is something that can really turn the tides around.
Well, I think even for the Umbrella Squad, they recognize it, right? For a lot of teams, I've followed the same philosophy. If they're willing to pick it up, they're more than willing to ban it out at the same time. They understand its strengths and weaknesses.
I do ban a Nolan, so the big burst damage coming out of Zexora in Game 2 was a big problem for them, especially when combined together with Ethan on that Guinevere. Considering that Umbrella Squad are on blue side, there might be a good chance that they want to prioritize the Gwyn this time.
I'm wondering a bit more about the mid lane situation right here. Early on, I thought that something with a good wave clear, like the Nova, like the Lilia, was going to be picked up by Umbrella Squad, but they flexed the Joy there instead. And we already know that the mid control is so important now, especially if you want to go aggressively in the early game. So, was that one of the problems? Probably. It depends if they think so. If they do, then I think we're going to see the mid laners show up a lot faster.
All right. I mean, Fanny gets banned out here. This could be an instant Valentina pick. It's your true, traditional, classic flex. But it could also be Novaria at the same time. We saw how much devastation LILGUN can do when they have the information to make those choices. And I think at least from Umbrella Squad, yes, we could fight literally anywhere across the map. I just don't have to transverse halfway across the map to do so.
Not to mention the heavy roam strategy with the Novaria is very effective as well, because you go for the Wilderness Blessing, it also technically boosts your damage indirectly, because you can move further away when you're using the Astral Recall before going in with that Astral Sphere. Now, they're letting go the Guinevere in favor of that Joy, which was having a lot of trouble in game number 2.
Yeah, I don't know what's making, at the very least, what's making Umbrella Squad lean in deeper into this, but we'll see in a little bit, right? Because the double flex pick, once again, coming in from LILGUN. If Arla and as well as his Gwen are on the table, they're more than happy to take it, especially considering their overall playstyle of, let's get chaotic, let's fight. These are two heroes that are good at doing that.
I really love the stolen Arlet as well, just to make sure that Castle cannot get his hands on it again, so he is going to go for that Terizla as the default response. Bruno will allow for Black March to win out his lane a little bit more easily, but we're gonna need to see a slightly more aggressive presence from this gold laner.
I wonder if the Angela is going to make an appearance. I feel like it has potential in both these compositions, and I think earlier it was banned out. Was it not banned out in game number 2? I don't think it was,
No,
actually.
I think that was game number 1, right, that it got banned out?
Yeah, so it's available, and it's possible. Which, again, begs the question that for Umbrella Squad, an Angela with like a Leomorph, for instance, sounds like a very good combo.
I'm liking this idea, right? Because especially for Angela, it benefits players who are passive, but it's highly beneficial for players who are aggressive, right? You give trouble, you'll be taken away a little too much from Troublemaker, so I can understand if Vanguard decides to pick it up, but at the end of the day, you can look for these counter engages while keeping your team topped up.
The question is whether or not Enchanter-style heroes are going to be a priority for Umbrella Squad. We haven't really seen it in the hands of Vanguard just yet, but we definitely have to hold our breath a little bit. Anything can happen. We've already seen all sorts of weird picks here on the wildcard stage. The Diggy does get banned out by LILGUN, similar to Game 1. And this actually kind of cost them the game in Game 1.
Right, the lack of crowd control immunity. But you know, with that logic right here, if we assume that the Joy is going to the mid lane, then Umbrella Squad can go for like a Martis here and be immune to a lot of these threats. And they can go for a Grok if they really want to double down on it, but that's going to be probably a roaming Grok, so I don't know how much they like that idea.
Well, we'll see, we'll see. We never know with some of these younger regions what kind of crazy ideas that they're going to bring on an international stage. Brody gets banned out for the side of Umbrella Squad. I mean, it makes sense. We saw in game number 1, it didn't exactly do too well, but at the very least, you know it's in his hero pool. Let's just axe it out early.
want to really win out that gold lane here. Again, we talked about the importance of lane advantage for Umbrella Squad in particular. The more snowball they get early, the easier it allows them to transition into the mid to late game. Now as for LILGUN, what else are they going to be looking for here? Their lineup is pretty flexible right now with the Arlet and the Guinevere.
I do wonder if the Angel now gets banned out, so they're suspecting that something might be up from Umbrella Squad. Are they going to try and maybe fall back on the Gusion? I mean, it worked so well, but it could be just, a surprise last pick, right? That really throws off your opponents. It might work once, but, as the old adage goes, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I keep getting that mixed up.
Understandable.
I can never get it right.
How many times has that fooled you?
Like 8 times. You try to use it in MPL ID, and everyone keeps calling me out for it. Like, bro, you've tried this so many times. How do you not get it done properly?
There's a counter.
I swear, you're gonna get a tattoo of it one day, and it's still gonna be wrong.
Oh, but look at this though.
Ooh.
LILGUN gonna be stealing away that game 1 draft, the Arlet Minotaur Guinevere.
Dude, that's so much. See, wait, I feel like LILGUN is like, hey, Umbrella Squad's draft? That was kind of sick, right? Let's make it better.
That is insane. Oh, with the Valentina, now there's a counter potential, but there's no real solution right there. Everyone is relatively close range, maybe mid-range at best, even the Valentina. So it's looking like a very tough team fight right here with 3 potential engage tools available for LILGUN.
Yeah.
Umbrella Squad, what's the last pick here? What is the solution?
Oh, the Grok.
It's actually a Grok, wow.
You're right. All right.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Fangor to say that he wouldn't want to play Grok, but I don't think there's anything much better than that right now because we're talking about like disengage for your team. Holy cow. Oh my goodness.
That's a combo, all right.
That's disgusting. Whoever gets stun locked is gonna die for sure, man.
It's almost like it's a, people think the Ixia's full barrage is a full DPS tool, but technically it's a bit more like a pick-off burst tool because it's limited in durations and shots. You combine that with a Novario, this is looking like a very scary combination. It might be even deadlier than the Beatrix combo.
Honestly, I think it might just be, especially once she's gotten like 3 items down. Like she's gonna be melting people, melting them. Ooh, this one's a really tough one to decide. I'm really liking LILGUN's draft a lot.
Yeah, they're bringing guns to the battle right now, and it's not just a LILGUN, it's a pretty big one in the form of that full barrage, and literally everyone else on the LILGUN is designed to set that up for him. Game 3 between Team LILGUN and Umbrella Squad will now commence. Which of the regions will emerge superior upon the land of dawn?
It's gonna be Umbrella Squad on blue side against LILGUN on the red side. This is some really scary stuff, right? Because immediately what comes to my mind is, hey, where is Umbrella Squad going to attack? I'm guessing they're looking for Bebex straight up. They need to make sure that this lane is won.
As predicted, Gideon, Fangor making his way down there. But I think the real linchpin of this entire game is going to be Marl. If he can get to the back line, Novaria, Ixia, those are easy pickings for this Joy. Only if he can get past everyone else. So I think if he gets ahead, if he has space to really maneuver in the big team fights, that is where Umbrella Squad can get the win.
Castle already targeted heavily. Aizen securing the first blood easily with a spatial migration set up by his jungle.
Really bad time to die there. And worse yet, also loses that flicker. I'm guessing that the first turtle at least is going to lean over to the side of the Team LILGUN here. But let's have a look at the overall emblems while Aizen gets free hits off of Fangor.
Well, Aizen has the basic emblem right now, so he is happy to just trade in HP bars. But look at this!
Xora again with the follow-up onto Ether. And it's going to be punishing that Grok straight away. Castle just coming in to watch his teammate die again.
Dude, who is calling the shots from the side of Team LILGUN here? If it was Aizen, oh my goodness, he almost made the play with Xora.
Ooh, troublemaker now, they're getting chased down. And this is the sustained difference as well, man. LILGUN can keep going for these half engages without fully committing, and they won't really lose much because they have the sustained advantage as well. They win in crowd control. In a way, they win in damage output, and they also win in sustain. There's a very limited amount of ways that Umbrella Squad can really come out on top in a big fight.
do see that Marl is trading that purple buff. He knows his team is not in a state to contest this objective right now, so stealing the buff away is the best thing that he can do. He will be successful. Black Marsh actually taking a lot of poke damage here. Bebek's already leading in terms of EXP as well.
I think we need to keep in mind that at the very least Forbid.
Oh, Troublemaker gets that Min 1 Fury out. Forbid flickers over the wall to make sure that he's safe. And after that, nothing happens.
Very crazy back and forth right here. But in the gold lane, by the way, the Ixia is actually one of the stronger laners. We do think of her as a late-game power spike hero, but in the laning phase, the fact that you have built-in sustain, some self-crowd control, and trading tools, you actually hold your own, even against a lane bully like the Bruno. Of course, that's before factoring in the interference from the other laners.
I think the matchup only becomes difficult is when. Oh, wait. I mean, once again, Ethan is getting on top of the right targets, but making sure that he is opening up and giving that free information on the bottom side. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, at the very least, he has the damage to make something happen, and this could potentially be devastating for Umbrella Squad.
And we're already seeing the coordination from LILGUN, feeling very confident about the stage of the game, and who can blame him? They've got so much crowd control that anything Umbrella throws at them, they'll probably have a response to it, so they can position themselves without too— Oh, the flicker! Reaction timing from Ethan. Penalty zone wasted.
Well, we'll see if it's wasted, because now they're going for a fight.
Marl gonna go for the electrifying beats onto Forbid, but forced to run away because he doesn't have enough damage to finish things off quick enough. Wild charge onto Zexora, but the Minoan Fury comes out into the full barrage. Zexora still gets picked off, but they will trade Troublemaker for it.
Mid lane for a jungle right there. I think for Team LILGUN, it's still value because they got a kill in the hands of Babex as well. But man, they're just trading out spells, and there's almost like a bit of a duel there, a Minuan Fury standoff between Ethan and Troublemaker. That could be very decisive right there, and I think they need to try and let Fangor do something in the fight as well. He has a lot of things to say here, being crowd control immune and having the wild charge.
I mean, he can definitely open up the map, but at a certain point, when you don't have the wild charge like he does right now, it's very scary to put yourself in these positions to try and fake it out.
Marl comes on in, electrifying beats. Zexora secures the turtle. Castle with the penalty zone catches two, stuns them up, but he's now completely abandoned by his team. Marl coming in a bit too late, but he should get the kill onto Zexora, but they'll toss him as the atmosphere finds him. The flicker from Bebex doesn't quite follow up, but Aizen is there to clean up the mess with a double kill.
Oh, unfortunate indeed. Unfortunate. While this has all been going down, Umbrella Squad make the smart decision of getting a quick, cheesy lane swap off of towards the top side of the map, knowing that Team LILGUN want to unlock Bebex, but at the same time, Umbrella Squad just evening out the gold no matter what. Oh, leaves it to the last
Deja
tick of
vu?
HP. 0.5 this time. Not deja vu. It's 0.5, not 1%. It's going to get lower and lower every time.
And what's not different is the fact that the Arlet on the side of LILGUN this time is the exact opposite from Umbrella Squad, man. Earlier, the Arlet was like self-sacrificial. Aizen is just going in hard. He wants blood, man.
He is. He's definitely not happy. You can tell with the way that he is laning and how he's calling in for ganks on towards L bushes at level 2. You know that he wants to put the hurt into Castle.
There's definitely a bit of a vendetta happening right here between the EXP laners. In the meantime, though, a beautiful stun into Final Slash. Forbid flickers to safety, and the Minuan Fury catches out Troublemaker and Fangor, who are both dispatched. It's instant success. The full barrage comes out, but Bebex is exposed, so Black Mars will punish his positioning. Marl able to escape through the backline as well, actually going for the greedy steal on the purple buff, but will decide not to commit.
A bit over-aggressive from Team LILGUN, man, losing both the backliners. That is not how you want to play the fight in. They used the bulk of their crowd control aggressively, and as a result, the backline is just exposed. Can't do that.
I mean, it's not only that. There's also the question, did Bebex realize he was getting auto-attacked by Bruno? Like, or maybe he just forgot. This is, you know, his first time using a brand new ROG, and he's like, where's the button to cancel again? It's too late.
Maybe. Or maybe he just thinks that, hey, my friends got me, right? Right? and then before he knows it, Man, Blackmar just comes in with the balls. You gotta be careful about that, man.
Yeah, I mean, right now he is starting to scale up, right? Black March has 2 kills, 1 assist in the back. I'm sure that he's already completed at least. Wait, hold on.
Wow, Castle's just getting bursted down here, instantly taken out. Astral Echo scots out Marl as Aizen zones out Black March. Ethan somehow surviving on literally no health. He'll be able to walk out of there. Fangor, I don't know what you're doing here, man. That's not where you want to be. Wall charge, not even going to finish before Bebex gets that kill. Troublemaker, though, still in position. He's got final slash stolen. He's going to reveal himself, going for Bebex, but it's not going to be enough. Turtle secured. He gets the stun into the full barrage, and Zexora with the killing spree. Forbid going to be sacrificed. Aizen actually killing Black March in bot lane 1v1. Penalty zone cancels the engage. Marl able to walk away because of this, but Zexora still re-engaging and setting up the kill for his goal laner.
Oh my goodness, Umbrella Squad is literally never back down, never what? Never give up! As each of the members walk in one by one. When do they back down? When do they call it quits? It's like they're digging deeper into the wound.
To infinity and beyond goes Umbrella Squad.
Oh,
they might get this turret. Is it gonna be a deja vu? Not again.
That's like about 8-ish,
7.
It's really hard from that particular perspective, but let's look at the items and maybe we can get a deeper look into it.
Well, Forbid now has the penetration boot, so he's going for a bit more of that early damage. That's what we're seeing here. That's helping the whole team snowball. Along with that, rushing the Enchanted Talisman, he wants to be always on the map and always having those spells, because Novaria's spells are on a very, very long cooldown. On the other side, Bebex already has a Demon Hunter sword on top of the Corrosion Scythe. So in a big fight, if Umbrella don't get on top of him, it's going to be very difficult for them to maneuver around that slow coming in as well.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Ethan decided to go for a first item rush Athena shield. He's eventually going to get a Dominance Ice, but it's funny to imagine that his big problem was, oh man, Troublemaker and Marl, they're going to get me again.
It's an understandable concern, though, because you know that these are going to be the players on Umbrella Squad that actually run at them. So if you have a solution, then you can slow down the fight for the rest of your team.
I feel like it's a little ironic, but considering that Team LILGUN has a 4.2k as of yet, they're looking to push momentum. This next Lord is going to be quite important, and I think Team LILGUN, considering what their comp wants to do, just let it go to 12 minutes. Let it become an empowered Lord. Let Umbrella Squad take the initiative and then look to punish.
Oh, but speaking of punish, Zexora gonna find Fangor once again. Ryler Requiem, but a 3-man knockup into the penalty zone. Full barrage though, never punished. Team LILGUN are destroying Umbrella Squad, chasing down their members one by one. That's gonna be a wipeout for the side of Team LILGUN.
Oh, it looks like Bebex has found the cancel full barrage button. Turns it around, full wipeout. Like, that was disgusting from Team LILGUN.
Extra damage, extra sustain against assassins. You need some help, bro. There's no way you duel him, especially when he's so far ahead in gold and EXP. The Lord now getting taken. And what can Umbrella Squad do when LILGUN, they just keep going for fights and they're coming out on top. Another one. Again and again until they get the full wipeout.
Oh man, if they keep going on with this type of momentum, I don't know. Umbrella Squad might just start to crumble even after having an incredible game number 1 and a back and forth in game number 2. This is LILGUN dominant 7.7k at 10 minutes 40 seconds.
You get a kind of feel for Troublemaker, man. He was such a standout player game 1. Game 2, not so much. Game 3 right now, also feeling the heat. It's that 3-man roam strategy, bro. And on top of that, a winning EXP lane. Because LILGUN has invested so much in getting Aizen ahead. He is tanky and he does damage. The Arlet, man, if he's ahead, he's like the full package.
He really is. He really is with the amount of CC that they actually have to trigger that vengeance again for him to keep on going and sustaining. But let's see, as they start the siege on towards the inhibitors.
Lord gonna crashing in the mid lane right here. Team LILGUN still positioning themselves defensively, but Aizen looking, he finds the final slash onto Castle, but they're not gonna engage onto it just yet. The Lord has already fallen, and Umbrella Squad should be able to get out of this without too much structural damage unless LILGUN try to go for more.
I think Aizen should get his ult back up the same time he gets his flicker. 3 seconds off-ish. But It could have been the play there, right? That could have been a really insane play had he committed with the flicker on top of everything to catch as many people as possible. However, the second wave, it's coming out a little slow. There's nothing much they can really do about this.
But now with the control right here, we're talking about Umbrella Squad susceptible to ambushes, and Team LILGUN having the superior. Whoa!
Excuse me?
Big brain question mark? Fangor.
He's like,
If
guys.
that landed, he's a god. Unfortunately, that is not the case right now today. And just like that, now they have no real way to really check out the bushes right here. Team LILGUN, they're just satisfied waiting around here, controlling the map, getting that goal difference even further ahead. And a Scarguard and Helmet is going to ensure that Zixora can't just stay on the map indefinitely.
Yeah, it's difficult. It really is difficult with little vision to actually work around. You're constantly getting harassed by Forbid, who just is relentless. This man is relentless. Checking out all the buffs, making sure that they keep tabs on Umbrella Squad, and more importantly, we are seeing some great engages coming in from Zura.
Yeah, being able to catch people out, and right now I think this game tree is really showing us the depths of Team LILGUN's hero pool. The fact that the Guinevere has already been flexed into 2 positions, the Minotaur being picked up, the Arlet being played in such a different way than what we saw in the hands of Castle previously. This is a team that really needs to be respected more. This could be dangerous here. He's looking for Zexora, but the Spatial Migration finds him, but the Wild Charge is gonna cancel it out, keeping the joy alive.
Man, that's the tankiness coming in, man. The Guinevere with a lot of utility, a lot of mobility, and still, that's the tankiness to just suck in damage. And look at the sustain, bro. Especially with the Lord now doing more damage, it's so valuable to have. And Aizen can just zone everyone out. And whoa! What for?
No, he was like, I want Castle. Separate him away.
Mara coming in from the back line, Lord dropping low, Zexora's controlling it, Ethan with the Moon and Fury, instant final barrage, and
Oh!
seals the Lord away! Castle gets picked off, but Umbrella Squad have already gotten the prize they wanted. LILGUN looking for the punish, can they find it? They get one, but the final slash pushes him into the tower, Troublemaker steals the right ult, they still somehow lose Black March, but at least he gets the shutdown.
They just bought themselves so much time with that steal, and Team LILGUN, they just have to accept it. They're like, okay, it just happened. Never mind. Let's try and recuperate and try to simulate that again, but this time we get the Lord. All right, boys?
Was that a bit of a shutdown on Zora?
It
because
is.
look at the gold swing, man. It was at almost 10k. Now it's back to 3. So with the turrets, with the quote-unquote shutdown on Zora as well, Umbrella Squad are coming back in here. If Team LILGUN don't recover and stop the momentum in its tracks, this might be difficult, man. I think part of the reason that went south for Team LILGUN is that Bebex was using the full barrage. Some of it might have strayed over to the Lord, just throwing off the calculations from Zixora.
Possibly, and it's pretty bursty as well, right? Especially with that first skill, cutting through multiple targets, it really could skew the numbers. I think in this particular case, like, that Team LILGUN needs to kind of get Umbrella Squad to commit a little deeper into these fights, right? Again, the final slash was used super early into the fight. It probably could have been held for later.
Wow, Marl going really deep here for Forbid. Never punished. He's going to be immune to CC, so he will walk out of there while providing some much-needed vision for his team.
That's just going back to the setup style right here. Look at the goal difference in the EXP lane, dude. A 3k, actually. Aizen is just insane right here, and he still has all the respect items built up, the Athena, the blade armor as well. It's going to be so difficult for Umbrella Squad to take him down, and even if they do, at what cost? The shutdown is going to be valuable, but in this late stage of the game, the death timers might just be too costly for Umbrella Squad to attempt such a play.
Honestly, it might just be. And I did see a Holy Crystal purchase coming in from Forbid, so anybody who doesn't have an Athena shield could potentially get 80% of their HP chunked out.
That's the disgusting part of Novaria. Once you get into this late game stage, Bebex also completed the Rose Gold Meteor, so that'll make sure the Ixia is a little bit safer to the die from Umbrella.
A lot more sustain built in as well. If you thought it's really difficult earlier, it's going to be more difficult now. But look at Zixora, man. He's not only just waiting for possibly a pickoff, he's also just giving vision for his team. Now they know they're on the top side. And look at this, he's even waiting in the bush right here.
Yep. I mean, that's all you can really do as a Grok as of right now, right? Your main damage dealer is kind of a little nearby, but this could be the ambush of the Centuary. Bruno, so very close to where Guinevere is just patiently waiting, right? You don't walk up to this. You never want to walk up to the lane in this state.
Zexora's just waiting and hoping that a present comes to his doorstep here, but good positionings there, making sure they're not going to get caught out. Now Umbrella Squad actually have control over the Lord Pit.
Okay, I think at this point, they've already been revealed. They can't just like back away and start clearing the bottom side first and then go back into mid to reclaim the space. Can be a little difficult. Man, Zora's so patient. He's still waiting.
He doesn't have to do anything. There's no real job description right here. Everyone else can really open the map, and now he can set up for a huge flank right here. If he gets on Black March with some follow-up by either Bebex or Forbit, not even need the two of them, could be massive.
Electrifying Beats already used up, not able to find Forbid. Zexora finally leaves his hibernation hole there and starts working on the Lord alongside the rest of Team LILGUN. Umbrella Squad still in good condition, but they're waiting on Marl's ultimate cooldown to reset once again. So this is a chance for LILGUN. Castle gonna be quite far out there, but they're still not engaging. Troublemaker flickers in with the final slash. Midwind Fury gonna cancel it out with Wild Charge, but the full barrage doing so much damage! Bebex flickers forward, gets the mega kill, going to dismantle the backline. Black March now in a lot of trouble. He does a good amount of damage, so he pops Aizen's immortality, but the Lord has been secured by Zexora.
Dude, Zexora nearly whiffed that.
That was so close.
He retributed so early. I think he was expecting Bebex to keep hitting it with him, and as soon as Bebex stopped, he was like, wait a second, hold up.
I mean, they mistimed the retreat, quote-unquote, but he also almost got killed, man. The Lord damage right now is just so painful, even to tanks, because it does percentage HP damage, which is why Team LILGUN technically was fighting an uphill battle. But they've made it work, and now with Castle just now respawning, is it going to be a 3-lane push? Is it going to be a brute force dive? There's a lot of ways they can try and go here. With 9k gold advantage, brute force is possible.
We'll find out. Final slap pushing Castle out of his base. Zexora in the back line. Wild Charge is not going to cancel this time, but he dies to the tower. And full barrage is cancelled by Wild Charge. Fangor gonna get punished by this, but his job is already done. The rest of Umbrella Squad trying to deal with the Lord in the mid lane. They've already lost one inhibitor. Team LILGUN gonna be looking for more, setting their sights on the top tower. Bebex actually really far out here, and Marl is gonna capitalize. Pops his immortality, and the Troublemaker gets the shutdown. LILGUN makes a mistake.
No! The direction of the final slash was so off there. Holy!
It's not even just that. Bebex walks in the base. Usually you would walk on the outside, but he was just feeling it, I guess. Walking in the front, putting him in a tough situation, and his team could not bail him out. What a disaster.
I mean,
they do get 2 base turrets, but dang, that could have been cheaper for them.
It really could. It really could. At least Umbrella Squad was able to put a tax on them at the very least. The kill score is 8-22. You would have imagined this game was already done, but we're approaching the 20-minute mark in this game.
They're just way too sketchy. Now with the gold difference only 5k, and going to the 20-minute mark, long games we're having right here, gentlemen, but this is where the goal difference is going to start slowing down. So now Team LILGUN, it's not nearly as easy as it was. They're not really snowballing anymore. Everyone's level 15. Everyone is getting almost full items.
Zexora misses his dash over the wall, forced to use Violent Requiem. Wild Charge finds him to final slash, pushes them into the tower. Fangor and Castle get picked off. Full barrage doing massive damage. Zexora finally falls, but so does Marl. So does Black March. Umbrella Squad are falling one by one. Once again, Aizen chasing down Troublemaker to make sure that he cannot return to the base. Valentina trying to do his best to survive, to buy time, to see if he can keep his team in the game. But Aizen will get that legendary, even taunt him for good measure. Castle, the only one left, 3-man penalty zone, but what does it matter? Forbid gets the mega kill, and with a single minion, Team LILGUN will wipe out Umbrella Squad and secure their victory.
Woo! What a series this has been between these two competitors. Absolutely nasty stuff. GG, well played to Team LILGUN.
Exciting is an understatement, man. The amount of heart attacks us on the desk have experienced in the course of that match. Unreal. What a show.
What a shocker, really. Like, honestly, I'm very happy to see the state of Umbrella Squad, but they have things to work on. The same goes for LILGUN, but when the going gets tough, LILGUN is the one that's going to tough it out. And Aizen, oh, I mean, I don't like making puns, but man, he came back with a vengeance on that one. 0 deaths, final slash to set up the play, potentially the play of the day.
That last move was personal right there when he chased down Troublemaker and recall spammed on his grave. Yeah.
Yeah, like, who are you? Game 1 MVP? Nah. You're going down.
Going down, brother. Man, that was nasty. Whew. This has been quite some time, but let's throw it over to our hosts up on a stage.
Congratulations, give Team LILGUN a round of applause. Ethan, well done. What did you think about that game that you had?
First game, my coach said we just a little bit too excited, and last 2 and 3rd games, we did just our normal things. We just played like when we do before. Yeah.
So you were in the first game, your coach said you were excited.
Yeah,
Does that mean excited, you were nervous or you were rattled? What happened in the first game?
Yeah, first game, I'm just a little bit nervous.
Just a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
So how did you get over the nervousness? How did you and your team get over that to make sure that you were able to take this game?
Yeah, in the we just talk each other very well, and yeah, we just calm. Yeah.
You just want to calm down.
Yeah, apparently calming down is the way that you win the game. Now, Ethan, I do have to ask. Today we've seen all the teams play. After fighting against Umbrella Squad, do you think any other team will be a bigger challenge than them for you guys after this?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe SMG from Malaysia.
So you feel like SMG is still a threat after going through what happened with Umbrella Squad?
Yeah.
So SMG is the toughest opponent that you think out of
Yeah.
all the teams. So is there any specific player there that you think is a great threat to you guys?
I have no idea. Yeah, Stormy? Okay,
Yeah.
Stormy.
Yeah, Stormy, totally amazing player.
So after this series, now you're gonna go back in the dugout, you're gonna be talking to your team. What are you gonna be telling them?
Good job, guys, and I'm really proud of them. Yeah.
And we're so proud of you, and for sure your country's proud of you. Everyone and the whole world is watching right now. Is there a message that you want to say to them, Ethan?
I just want to say thank you. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Just keep supporting us. Yeah, we will do more for the win this tournament. Yeah.
All right, give a big round of applause for Ethan from LILGUN. Again, congratulations very much. And with that, we're going to throw it back to the casters to talk to us about what happened in the game that LILGUN won. So casters, please, tell us what's up.
Thank you, LaFell, as well as Amara, and as well as Ethan as well, for some heartfelt messages. Time to break it down, boys, because this has been quite an interesting series overall. I mean, great personality throughout both of these teams, but more importantly, what's really rocking the boat for these two? It can't just be, I want to fight. Maybe it's a rock, paper, scissors, but for game number 3 at the very least, what really turned for them?
In the end, we did discuss the importance of the draft and the fact that Team LILGUN were able to get their hands on so many good heroes. The combination of Guinevere, Arlet, and Minotaur was already proven in Game 1, and we actually got to see even better micro mechanics in the hands of certain players here. It's just insane.
What about you, Arashi?
We were talking earlier about the factors that really swing the game right here. We said crowd control, we said sustain, we said DPS. If you look at the draft for LILGUN, they have all of that. And to a degree, so did Umbrella Squad, but I don't think it's comparable, especially because, well, technically there's so much more protection available for the side of LILGUN, and they're up against an assassin. It's almost like the fixation of Umbrella Squad to go with an assassin just makes their team fight that much more difficult to execute.
Well, I don't know if it was just that, right? Because then again, LILGUN did have some pretty good counter picks overall and small synergies that make these small skirmishes actually work. But let's have a look at our MVP of this particular match.
We gotta give a shout out to the player that really made an impact overall throughout the match, and that's going to be Aizen here on the Arlet. We already pointed this out, 0 deaths in a game as messy as that. This man had a vendetta.
He was really nasty on this Arlot, right? There were times that we were questioning, why Final Slash just one person? And so far, I mean, the Vengeance has not left this man with a team that synergizes very, very well with the amount of crowd control to allow him to dash around. He played phenomenally.
I think it's also very smart, his positioning in these fights, right? Because several times I feel like it's going to be an even team fight, but then Aizen shows up between the members of Umbrella Squad, and they're like, dang, how do we get past this guy, right? He has 2 crowd control tools. He's sustainable enough not to really get picked off. And he has all the tankiness items right here, and he has damage. So especially the backline members and the assassins, anyone who's not a tank can't really get past him unscathed. And let's take a look at the highlights right here, and maybe some of the lowlights as well. This game was just all over the place. But it's always so fun to look at the full barrage, and that is something that really swung the balance in favor of LILGUNs literally living up to their team name.
Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that at least, like, even though we do see some really good moments with this full barrage, let's keep in mind that Marl was also trying to keep him in check when these full barrages actually happen. In this particular case, Medic's just not paying attention to Black Marsh walking up to him. But afterwards, that's when we see Marl really start to take the stand, right? I would say that the early game didn't exactly go the best for him, but at the very least, he was still trying to make an impact, jumping towards Bebex's side, trying to make something happen. But I feel like the Umbrella Squad, as flashy as they are, like to do things more individually rather than kind of setting it up as a 2, 3, 4-man squadron.
Especially with this kind of composition, grouping together is the last thing they want, but LILGUN did not give them a choice at all. And it's funny, like we were talking about the 3 components that make this a good long duration team fight. Bebex alone in that hero has all 3. Right? And this at that moment there, ooh, Zora was taken so low, and me and Gideon, we just went, ooh.
Yep, we freaked out. We freaked out there for a second. We weren't entirely sure whether this was actually the right move. And here's the second one. It's just one of those situations where it's just like, okay, no harm, no foul. This is just going to be a little bit of a longer game. But at the end, why Aizen? He's been consistent. He hasn't died a single time. And despite having his own personal vendettas, when he needs to work with a team, he will absolutely do it. And especially when you have like a 15-second cooldown ult, why not?
This is a case of a team lineup that was drafted with a purpose and executed very well to achieve that. And unfortunately, I think Umbrella Squad still does have to work on that if they want to achieve a similar level of success. The fact that Marl and Castle are not taking advantage of each other's initiation, people are going in way too early, the roamer is so reactive instead of looking for opportunities. There's a lot to work on, but the potential is there.
They clearly have the mechanics for it. It's just how do you reinforce it with some refined macro to get your players in the position to make it work. I'm seeing you making some faces over there. What's going on there, Analyst Arashi?
I was pretty sure I saw that Zora had Impure Rage, unless I'm imagining things. But, well, he went with the Lethal Ignition here, it shows, so it's a very aggressive style of play. And with the Genius one, it's great synergy with how spammable the skills are, and of course with the Violet Requiem. With that wombo combo, right, you land a Spatial Migration, the Violet Requiem shreds down the magic resist, the magic defense, and Forbid just comes in with the cleanup. He does have the Ice Queen's one as well to just add more utility. So you can imagine how difficult it was to get to the backline. There's a Minotaur, there's the Arlet, and there's the Ice Queen's one on top of the built-in slow already for the Novaria. It's so hard to go in the backline, and it's not like Marl did not attempt it. He kept going in, but he just kept getting punished.
Let's not forget that he's got 2 Ludwigs to try to make that happen, right? He is really, really trying hard. He's like, okay, I've got what do I have? I got a lot of magic damage. Okay, what does that scale into? Maybe a pretty decently sized shield, and even that was not enough to deal with Bebex.
He went double Bloodwings according to the items here, so he definitely wanted even more just pure raw magic damage, but it just wasn't enough. You can have all the damage in the world, but if you can't really apply it, right, use it towards the right target, it's a bit too difficult. We saw the one moment where Bebex walks up, he just got immediately deleted by like 2 beats from the electrifying beats. So unfortunately, it just didn't work out as planned. And the carry, man, almost 90,000 damage dealt by the Ixia. I wish we can say we're surprised, but not really.
Not really. I mean, Aizen, he does take the sandbag title with the damage that he's taken. I'm curious, how
Zero
much
deaths.
damage? Yeah, how much damage did he heal from them having 0 deaths? Right. The fact that he was able to sustain for that long with so many different procs, it felt quite literally impossible to take him down.